Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the All About Comics YouTube channel. And I am going to show you guys how the end of March went for me. Yeah, it's kind of a big deal. Lots of stuff going on. Um, so, yeah, it's just going to be a haul video. Show you guys what I picked up at the end of March 2023. All right. Should we jump right into it? All right, we're jumping. First up, we got a Bad Wolf #1, and this is the Godtail cover. There's also a naughty version of this, but I only dabble in the slightly naughty versions. So this is a Kickstarter book. I'm surprised. I know if you follow me, you know Kickstarter is my thing. But this is the oh my gosh, Bad Donuts. Does Gaslighters is the other project that he does. I believe John Stewart is the gentleman's name who writes it. So anyways, pick this up just because I'm fond of his work, and I like Godtail's art. I've become a pretty big fan of the unique style. So that's that. Let's see here. It's been a crazy month. So we got, oh yeah, there we go. We got some lyrics covers coming up. Lyrics Lee, if you're familiar with that artist. This is a cool Red Sonja Virgin cover that, had to go with. I really dig the art style, so you're going to have to get used to seeing a lot of this right here. This is also a Lyrics Lee cover. This is a 1 in 25 Jennifer Blood. Just reminds me a little bit of like Ghost in the Shell, kind of that anime style art, which really appeals to me, which obvious you'll see. Next up is Samurai Sonia, also the lyrics cover. Babe with the Blade, can't go wrong with that. I mean, Samurai Sonia just sounds awesome. I actually should just read this. I don't read as much as I should. I think that's pretty fair for almost everyone in this community these days. All right, this I don't even know. I assume it's another Red Sonja book. She looks kind of purplish. Maybe she's Red Sonja as an alien. I'm not sure, but really cool. Another. Oh my gosh! I didn't realize that the sword had eyes and teeth. That's awesome. All right, one more Red Sonja lyrics cover. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Black, white, and red. Sonja and her sword. Can't go wrong. Okay. So if you guys ever follow on Instagram, there's a individual, or I don't know if it's a publisher. I'm not really sure what he does. I don't know him personally. Maybe I should reach out to him and have a chat. But he does a lot of different. Sorry, I had to get a drink. Like cosplay covers and things like this. Artist spotlights, and this artist is Ivan Talavera, and I like his work. And this is a Spider-Gwen cover. May not be everyone's taste. There's also less clothing options, but I just think she's really just beautifully drawn. And you'll see here, so I picked up a few of his works. Found this cami cover, which is really beautiful, and it's still available on Great Wall of Comics. They're numbered. This one's numbered out of 400. Comes with a CEO or COA. This one's number 332. But Cami's been on a lot of covers lately. I just saw this and was like, oh, I need that. And then, of course, there was one more of them that I just found really striking. I mean, What's Not to Love? You know, if you're a cover collector like me. This one's numbered out of 350, and mine is numbered 333. This is sorry, Gun Honey, Blood for Blood #1. I absolutely love. I just love the dude's art. Like it's pretty striking. I'm gonna see how much stuff he has out there in the world, and maybe we can do a spotlight on him at some point. Okay, so I've been picking up quite a bit of these lately. Just different Baroness covers. You know, I've been really feeling super nostalgic lately with G.I. Joe, and so I picked up this Nathan Zerdy cover of Baroness. It's a really beautiful book. This one is a Mike Mayhew Virgin cover as well. Can't go wrong with that. There's a white version of that I want to pick up, but it seems to be really hard to find. So we'll see. All right. Now this one was my friend E-Man Tony. He told me I should check this book out, and of course, by checking out, he means you should probably buy it because that's what you're going to do every time I show you something. Guilty. Gaslighters. This is number. Oh my goodness! I just saw it. Number 3. Yeah, Gaslighters 3. I'm not familiar with this particular artist, or maybe I just don't know their name. But should we look? We got time. If you get bored during this segment, you can just fast forward. Or I think most people watch it on 1.5, 2 speed anyways. Okay. Very carefully. Well, shoot. It doesn't quite say it the way I thought it would. So, forgive me. It could be. No idea. This is cover B is all I know, so I should probably just look it up on his website. There's a lot of different cover artists. So, anyways, we'll come back to this eventually. Just a cool cover, though, nonetheless. I liked it, and I appreciate him mentioning it to me. And a lot of this stuff is super limited, so once I know print runs and stuff, I can tell you I don't think this one had a very big print run. All right, carry on. This is a Neo Rufino cover from, I think it's one of the BDI covers. I just thought it was cool. You know, I have a sucker for Western type things. You know, it's part of my childhood. Speaking of that, I watched The Old Way last night with Nicolas Cage. It's a Western. It's pretty good. I would recommend, if you like Westerns, watch it. This is Legend of Oz. No, this one's limited to 350 copies. So, I like Nia Rufino's work. She kind of went away from comics for a while, but I think she's back now. Okay, this one took me a while to track down because, well, there's only 10 of them printed. So this is a Nopesy cover. It's a metal cover, but I really like Nopesy's art. I'm starting to like track down some of the harder Kickstarter things to get, and I was able to get this one. And like I said, it's number 4 out of 10. That's from I think this is from the Samurai of Oz books, because I am slowly but surely collecting all of the Samurai of Oz covers. I think it's just a cool thing. Really don't want to open a metal thing, get my fingerprints on it. I don't know how CGC grades metal covers. I haven't sent anything like that before. Yeah, this is Samurai of Oz number 3. So I don't know if you guys have ever sent metal covers in, and if you have, what's that experience been like with CGC? Is it pretty easy? They grade them pretty tough, or is it just par for the course? Anyways, it's really cool Nopsy cover. This one I picked up, and it is clearly a Baroness cover. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero 252. But it's signed by the artist, which is Stuart Sager. There's the certificate and a bookmark. Did not know it was signed when I got it, so I just thought it was a cool cover and picked it up. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not my thing, but cool signature. I like the white Sharpie on the black background. I mean, it looks good. It's just not really my thing, but I'll put this. I think it probably would be my thing if I could get a yellow label out of it. And since I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm OCD about it, but I don't do CBCS. I just do CGC. And since CGC doesn't do verification stuff like CBCS does, I'll just keep this raw and put it in one of my boxes for when I'm dead and the kids have to deal with it. Sounds good. Okay, so another Kickstarter book, another Shikari book. This is Angel of Blood from Legends Publishing. Absolutely beautiful angel cover. I think her name is like Draculangela is the name of the book, perhaps. This is number 1. Very limited, as most Kickstarters are, and I'll dive into that more in a different video. But number 2 just hit up on is available on Kickstarter now. Like, they're just launched for issue 2, I believe. I kind of follow the artists that I like around, and if it's a good story or something, I'll follow it as well. But there's a lot of cool artists out there that no one's heard of yet, and a lot of them do Kickstarter books. Okay, back to lyrics. This is I think it was just part of the lot I got. Just got this big lot of lyrics covers, and this had a Sheena. I've never owned a Sheena book that I never recall, and she has a sweet parrot. That's really what did it for me, was the parrot. Don't find a lot of parrot covers. You really don't. Little toucan. All right. Now this is a throwback, or back in time. Should we break out the time machine here? We got some Top Cow. These were like dollar books, $2 at the most. Eve. Sometimes I feel like I've shown this off already, but it's still in my pile, so maybe not. There's nothing crazy going on here. This I thought was cool. It's a Image swimsuit special, Jim Lee cover. Some old 90s goodness there. I should open it up and see what other artist contributed. It says on the cover, Jim Lee, I don't know how you say it, Wills Portello, maybe, Mark Silvestri, Scott Williams, and more. I wonder if there's any Adam Hughes or J. Scott Campbell in there. I'll definitely have to take a peek. Speaking of Samurai of Oz, This is just another cover grab. It was cheap, not super limited like some of the other ones. Just needed it for my collection. Babe with the Blade, of course. The Samurai of Oz has tons of those covers, so it's really helpful if you're building a collection like that. All right. So you're about to see some rare books. I might save them for last. So if you watched my CGC video, there was a book that I'm sending to CGC. The very last book, I didn't show it because I made a promise to my friend that I wouldn't show it until I was able to secure a copy for him, or he was able to secure a copy for himself. And that would be this beautiful Samurai of Oz #3 Red Trooper cover. Now, people don't ever talk about this book. Maybe they don't know about this book. It's super limited, as you can see here. It is numbered. This one's numbered 2 out of 65. So this is a Sozo Mica cover, or Mica Sozo, however you want to say it. But as hot as she is as an artist, I've not seen anyone talk about this book. So yeah, super rare book. And so this one is for my friend Tony. There you go. Another book that is super rare. Now these are Kickstarter books, obviously. That one is. This one is another rare book, also numbered out of 65. This is number 7 out of 65. Another book I have not shown yet because, trying to track it down, make sure you secure it before you bring it to the world. But this is a Pier Luigi Abbondanza cover. And I believe this is for Valkyrie Saviors. I think the character's name is Larissa. She gets big, I guess. Big as a building. But anyways, super limited. Got some of those secured. Speaking of Abbondanza, this is the latest VIP cover that he did for Zenoscope. Really, it's just really pretty. I like. Obviously she has a sword, so Babes of the Blade collection. As you guys hear me talk ad nauseum about, but it is what it is. It's what I collect. I like rare books. I like limited books. I like chicks with swords, elves with swords, and I also like Baroness covers. So G.I. Joe Cobra Files #1. I think this is cover. Nope, this is the sub cover. So it's pretty. I like the colors. It's a really pretty book. And another G.I. Joe #5, cover A. It's kind of a cool cartoony Baroness cover. It's got some glow-in-the-dark guns apparently, so that's pretty sweet. So I was pretty happy to add those to the collection. I know this video is probably going to get a little more lengthy than what people like, but sorry, Charlie. I had a lot to show for the end of March. All right, so this is a Kel Nuge cover that he did for BDI. This is Critter, I believe. This is Catnip is the character's name. I think I showed the foil version off in a video in the past, but this one is just the regular version cover. Then, so how do I want to do this? So oh my gosh. So I'm trying to find the best way to do this. There's a Kickstarter. If you guys are familiar with the White Ash series from Scout Comics, it actually started out as a Kickstarter, and one of the main characters is an elf. Her name is Galarian. So I worked with a guy. We worked out a deal because I was missing a lot of the Kickstarter covers. You can get the Scout covers relatively cheap, but the Kickstarter covers are getting harder and harder to find. So this guy hooked me up with a whole bunch of them. So this is Galarian number 2 Origin, or excuse me, Galarian Origins number 2. And you can tell it says White Ash Comics up here. That's the Kickstarter one. And this reminds me of Milan for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't know. It's an interesting cover. It's not my favorite of the bunch. And this is a Virgin cover. Again, not my favorite of the bunch. These first two are my least favorites, but I went with it and got it and live happily ever after. This one's really cool. This is a Virgin cover. I like the pose. I like just the subtlety of it. This is not the Kickstarter, but this is the Scout Comic number 1. Galarian number 1. All right, back to Galarian number 2 Kickstarter. You have this beauty. It's a really interesting read if you guys ever get a chance. Just I would recommend picking up the Scout comics just to read it. Or if you want to go back to the White Ash, and like White Ash number 2, I think is the first appearance of the character Galarian. This one, she looks really elfish in there. Yeah. He also threw in some like Kickstarter stuff. Like there's a promo, Galarian Short and Deadly. They just did a Kickstarter for I think the hardback. We'll find out when it arrives. Ivan Tao did a cover. Really nice cover, actually, really limited. I think there's only 100 of these printed, something like that, 150 maybe. But it's definitely going to go to CGC on that one. And this one, this is number 1, so Galarian number 1, the Kickstarter number 1. Really cool, kind of Lord of the Rings vibes. This one's just really cool. Another Virgin cover, but I like the colors. Like it's very, I don't know what you want to call it, but definitely doesn't feel like the digital art. Maybe that's the difference. And you got Galarian number 1, this version. Don't know what's going on there, but looks like a good time for somebody. Origins number 2. I know there's a couple other colors that I'm missing. I just gotta figure out and hunt them down. Especially from Origins number 1. This is number 2 again. Just hanging out in the field. Got my bloody sword. Now I'm gonna take a break and have a snack. She obviously worked up an appetite. All right, and last but not least from the Galarian covers is this number 2. So that's all of those. I think there's like 16 books in total, which is wild, but you know, you have to have them. All right, so if you guys know, I'm a big fan of Josh Burns. I like his work a lot. So next up is going to be a little run of Josh Byrne books. So what do we got here? Josh Burns. This is Robin Hood Zenoscope cover. Number 1, Robin Hood Justice. This is the cover B, I think. No, cover C. Really cool, soft. I like the soft colors, the softness of it. All right, Belle, Ghost and Goblins. This is really pretty. He just does good work, man. If you can't like it, this is probably one of my favorites that he's done. This is the Zenoscope birthday collectible cover, limited to 375. Got some Cinderella, or Cindy, I think she goes by. Really cool. I like the little, I don't know, dragon cat. I don't know what that is, but pretty cool nonetheless. It's his birthday. And of course, you know, Josh Burns has done some Red Sonja work for Dynamite. This one is the 616 Immortal Red Sonja #1, limited to 500 copies. Helsing Steampunk. Like, this is just a beauty. It's a beauty cover. Red Sonja, another 616 cover. Invincible Red Sonja, limited to 500. Oh, sorry, a little glary. I picked up another one of these. Just kind of get them every time I see them if I can. Man, Goat, and Bunny, #1. It's probably my favorite Josh Burns covers. I don't know why. I think it's because it's so different. All right, and the last of the Josh Burns run for me is Red Agent #1. A little Red Riding Hood kind of thing. Okay, but wait, there's more. This is another Angel cover I picked up. That's another BDI book. So if you're into that sort of thing, I mean, Angel, Sword, Winner. I think this is Krill Rippin cover, if I'm not mistaken. It's on a motorcycle. It's kind of a solid win. Now we got some more BDI. This is Princesses versus Zombies. And there's a lot of cool covers out there for this series. A lot of great artists did covers for this series. Well, this has been a long time coming. I posted it on Instagram, so if you follow me there, you've already seen it. But this is G.I. Joe Sierra Muerte #2 Natalie Sanders cover. I've looked for this forever and a day. And when it popped up, I did not hesitate. Yeah. Beautiful. Hard as heck to find. I think there's only 100 of them printed. It was through an exclusive through her website. All right, another Zenoscope. I picked up the St. Patty's Day cover just for shits and giggles. It's the Keith Garvey cover. Keith, he draws ladies pretty well. So it's just something different. They're limited to 375. I just know that down the road some of these books are going to be tough as heck to find. Back to Kickstarter with the Gaslighters #4. And yeah, this is another Lyrics Lee cover. Imagine that. What we got? There we go. Dang it. We've been working just fine. Get in there. Come here. I also showed this book on Instagram as well. If you guys are into my subgenres, this is my bathtub covers. I have quite a few. They're fun to collect, like bubblegum covers and milkshake covers and things of that nature. One more Baroness for the road. Another stunner. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Back to a very limited Kickstarter book. This is numbered 12 out of 25. It's ultra rare. I mean, elf, female with a freaking sword. And I believe this is the Zelda cosplay. I mean, this is, you know, I guess she's really cosplaying as Link. But it's from the Valkyrie Saviors, which, if you guys know Ron Z, he really gets some fantastic artists to do his covers. Also picked up a metal cover. This is also 12 out of 25. It was a set. They're numbered the same, but this is the green hat version. There was also like other versions that were slightly less clothed. So, all right, 2 more books. We're gonna wrap this up in 30 minutes, maybe. Picked up Psycho. number 1 and number 2. I know nothing about the series, but it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time, so I figure you might as well, horror's it's a fun thing to collect. So there we go. We got Norman Bates. You got, oh gosh, can't remember her name. But regardless, we know how it goes. Mama's watching. Anyways, thank you guys for hanging out with me and watching this. If you watch it through your entirety, thumbs up to you. But look out, I have some more videos coming down the road. I want to do, I got tagged by Pope G in a top 5 video. So I'll probably do that. Some of the books are already seen here tonight. But yeah, just something different. And yeah, I have some more content coming your way pretty soon. So thank you guys again, and everyone stay safe and keep on collecting.